First of all, can I say I've missed you so much?
I missed you too. And let me tell you guys, we need to break rules for you guys,
Yeah.
Because we've missed each other and we've missed you guys so much. Now, since we don't know when the Rona is leaving, we decided, you know what? We will just have to meet.
Life
and
must
shoot
continue.
and give you guys content because we missed you.
We really did. And when was the last time? You know, I was looking at our page, Jana, and I'm like, bro, we posted 2 months ago. 2 months. Like, I didn't think it was that long, but
until
2 months is like so long. But we're really sorry for that. We just have had so many things happening in life, plus the Rona and all of that.
Yeah.
So how have you been?
Girl. Girl.
Should I grab a pillow? I sleep. I make myself comfy.
My therapist says I have anxiety laughter. Where I laugh when...
That's the one now.
Yeah, that's the one where in situations you're not supposed to laugh and you're just there like...
But it's not really actually funny in such situations.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
the
like,
only thing you can do to make yourself feel better. So,
yeah. Hey, watch anyone be. We thank God. We thank God for progress. We thank God for peace. I've been working. I've been working from home. I know you've been working from the office. How's that been for you?
oh my God. At first it was very... Sorry. At first it was very scary because, you know, everyone is like, oh, don't go out, you're going to die, and catch the disease, what. But I work in an essential industry, so I had to go to work. And actually, when we left, I didn't have work. I was very jobless. Now, I have work.
Your girl is secure on the bed.
I work 6 times a week, people. So Monday to Saturday.
Yeah.
Going out and coming in, like, I feel like I'm still caged. You know, I'm still going to the office, but it's only place I can go. But that's such a huge question. Wow, how has it been?
Exactly. It's like when you ask me how have I been, I'm like, girl, where do I even start?
I think
because we have, I think, 2 months worth of catching up with you guys, and a lot can happen in 1 week. Now imagine what will happen in 8 weeks.
It's like an eternity.
And then the interesting thing is, we did a live update like as a previous video, but here we are doing another live update because so much has bloody changed. Yo, hey man, you wouldn't even believe it. There's 2 girls. Our lives have changed.
But I feel like our lives have changed like in the same way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
No.
Like, then what are you saying, yeah? What I mean is, I think we're experiencing the same things in a different way, but it's still the same thing.
Okay.
You understand?
I sort of get it.
Yeah.
But a lot has still changed.
I'm not saying a lot hasn't changed. A lot. Like, lots.
I wish I could tell you all
has
the change right now, but then when we really, you know.
So, for me, I've been good. I've been working. My work is basically all I can do because now Monday to Saturday, like 8 to 6, I'm always at work. I'm not complaining. I love it because I don't feel like I'm in a pandemic per se because I'm really just working. Yes, something normal is happening. Plus all the work. Oh my God, my work is hectic for days. Like I get emotional breakdowns twice a day, least. And what I love about my work is my mentor. Oh my God, like having her as my mentor is so sentimental to me. I wouldn't say who it is, but it's someone very close to me, and just having her mentoring me, taking me through life has just been my highlight for this period. Also, I feel like I've been thrown out. You know, the way like you're slowly introduced when you finish school, then you start internship, then you look for a job. Mine was finish job. And it's a job I didn't even learn for because I do finance now. So it's just like you have to do this, that's it. Now learning on the job and doing all that has really been I'd say life-changing for me because actually recently we were just processing this with my bestie, and I was like, I'm very content, I'm very even with my stressful job, I'm very content, I'm very happy. And he was like, yeah, because you have purpose now. I feel like in school I didn't have purpose because I was doing something I didn't want to do in the first place, so it was just like just going with the flow, letting life pass, just letting time pass so that I can finish school. But now that I'm working and I'm actually being held properly accountable, I feel like I have purpose, like I'm needed somewhere. So yeah, that has been my greatest let's say, highlight or what's taking most of my time is work. So what about you?
Girl, I've been working, like I said earlier, I've been working from home. Thankfully, I'm really grateful that I still have a job. I'm grateful that I moved industries when I did, because currently my place of work is sort of essential, because it aids.
It's not sort of. It is essential.
It aids for you guys. It helps you guys do what you need to do, and for you to be able to continue producing. So I moved at the right time, and because I remember when it was happening, I loved my old job so much. Like, I enjoyed what I did, but then the environment was not what I wanted. And I was speaking to Wamboy, one of Sheila's friends, the other day, and we were just talking about how important work environments are. Like, you can be making 6-digit winner, but if the environment, the vibe is not there, if like the environment is toxic and all of that, you won't even be motivated to be going to work earning your million properly. But you can be earning less, you can be earning 5 digits, and this is just for me. Maybe it doesn't apply for everyone, but the environment is so important. So I had to leave, and I was like, God, I had my dream job, and now I had to leave to this whole industry that I do not even understand. But now that I'm here, looking back, I'm like, it actually worked out as it was supposed to work out, and I am so grateful for that. I've been, like you said, in a place of peace and contentment, and just gratitude for where I am. Like, life is not perfect, guys. Never be deceived. Never look at someone's life and think, they have all their shit. Nobody has all their shit together, not even us. But it gets to a point where you get to a place where even when your life is chaotic, you have this peace and this contentment where you're like, it's not perfect, but I'm grateful for this space I am in,
and I can work.
And you embrace it, and you embrace the things that you can control. Because again, if the circumstance is chaotic beyond your control, so what must happen? You won't come and stress yourself trying to figure shit out if it's beyond your control. So you just do your part, and it gives you.
Kill myself.
Right? Isn't that one of the best things anyone has ever said? I can't come and go and kill myself. Don't do that to yourself. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my friends. My friends have really come through for me during like this whole period. Like, we've been doing voice notes with you, voice notes with Boy.
Let me tell you, those voice notes are hilarious.
Sometimes I get on Twitter and I'm seeing Sheila tweet about something he talks about. I'm like, you girl.
You know, she's like, girl. I'm like, So I'm just in my room laughing. I'm like, oh my God, this fool will kill me one day.
Yeah. And I've also, during this time, one of my goals, if you follow me on Twitter, I'll put my Twitter down below. Also, I'm not very active on Twitter, but like I go there once a week and I see what's happening and I post a little bit. So I had posted how I have to learn how to apply lashes this year. Can you see your girl has lashes on? Winner. These are very natural looking lashes that I got from my sister. So like they're not very dramatic, but I actually learned how to apply falsies this week. I've practiced I think like 4 times. This is the 4th day and they look pretty decent. Like Sija
actually
perfect,
look
but
really decent.
Sija perfect, but trying to make some progress. So I'm really grateful for that. That even with everything happening, don't lose sight of your goals, even if it's as small as mine, as learning how to apply lashes. Because let me tell you, lashes make you feel unstoppable, darling.
It's true. Lashes and nails.
Yeah, you know, you feel like, and some good hair. Hi man, you feel like, what can you not do?
Yeah.
You know? So I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, that's been me. So now let's just do proper life update. I've been reading, I've not been reading book club book. So I'm in the book club WhatsApp. I'm seeing people asking, what do you think? I am like, I don't even have the book.
Same. Guys. That's what I wanted to say. I have not even
I had to ask for guys to resend it. So I'm like, because guys were talking about how I'm done, I'm in the middle, I'm on part 3, and I'm like, what I said was I'm embarrassed. I cannot even tell you where I am, but I've been reading Eat, Pray, Love. Let me tell you, this book, and you remember I told you last year, I bought a book last year, and when I got it, I tried to read it, and I was like, man, I don't relate to this author. Like, you know the way you can read a book and connect to it? I felt like, currently I'm not connecting with it, but I will need it at some point in the near future. So I put it on my bookshelf, and I moved on. Then this year, late last month, I decided I am going to start reading this book, and now I'm like, how did I not relate with her a year ago? That's how you know you've grown. But there is so much I am learning, and there's so much I'm seeing of myself in her story, in her truth, in her journey. And I am just in awe of her journey and the acknowledging the fact that our journeys are all very similar in experiences and in things that you go through and in things that you learn. So I'm really enjoying it. I started on the book club book I think like 2 nights ago, and then I had some weird dreams because the beginning was a bit violent, and I was like, bro, kwani nini na happen? But I have missed the book club, guys, so I'm trying to catch up so that we can all, because what happens is we must all get close to the end of the book, or more people finish the book so we can meet. So it means I have to play catch up because nimewami, so
Hakuna pressure because even me haven't started first of all.
Sisi wawili tuko same. Kwanza ukiona Sheila ongei na mambo ikangara ongei.
Kwanza she was hiding, she's like she set a jeep hiding.
Ukiona wao wamenyamaza ujue kuna
I normally finish books pretty early.
Yeah.
But I just don't have the time, man. Like, I'm really struggling to read the book I'm reading right now. I even had to have someone keep me accountable.
What are you reading?
It's about African debts and economy and all that. It's just an economic book. So that's what I'm reading. Let me tell you, my days are so hectic. I get to the office like this because now I'll get to the office early, read a book, then read news, then I start work. Phone calls start entering even before I reach the office. So by the time I reach, I have things to do.
So much.
But kidogo to 5 pages maybe 10 pages here. Yeah. It's not such a big book.
Yeah.
This one, I even bought it. I even started. I have I don't know. I'm yet to buy this new one. I'm going to buy it because for me reading like soft copy is a lie. It's a joke. So yeah.
What have you been doing for yourself? Just, self-care, self-love. What have you been doing for yourself?
In line with my goals, I said this year, knowledge is always part of my goals, So what I've been doing for myself is like every day, I try to read 3 or 2 articles on Business Daily. Since I'm in finance and I'm out, like...
outside.
You get to a job and you're like... my boss is asking at you, what's the P&L? I'm like, hakuna mtu wa mathematics. So like I'm really trying to familiarize myself. Okay, I know Business Daily wouldn't help, but just knowing what is happening with the economy, with the stock markets, with everything, that really does a lot for my self-confidence. At least when I sit down with people and talk, I'm not off. I'm not completely out. That's 1. 2, I've been drinking my water. So well,
can you see how her skin is flourishing? But when is your skin not flourishing?
I've been doing the most with my water. Yani, I even buy like 2 6-pack, not of beer, of water. Keep next to my bedside just to drink. That's 2. 3, I've just been doing a lot of self-reflection. Every day when I get home, I really try to process all the feelings I've had during the day, just to see what triggers me, what doesn't, what makes me happy, what doesn't, how I deal with people, because now I deal with so many people.
Yeah.
Like, this job has really shown me that I don't have the emotional intelligence I thought I have. That one for dealing with one person?
Yeah.
I thought I had that. But now I deal with like 10, 20 people a day. And people, oh my God, people are different, let me tell you. What you think is common sense is mostly not common sense for other people. So you have to like meet at a middle ground and just communicate. I also thought I was good at communication, but I'm not. Hey, people are trying me in the streets, let me tell you. So you would tell someone, like, especially when you're dealing with money, it's a bit sensitive. So I would tell you, this is my budget, don't go past it. Or if you need something, tell me beforehand. Because you don't just come to me expecting money and you expect I'll give you money. Yeah, because I need to account for it, it needs to be approved and all that. So people don't get that. Now when someone has done the job, they now come, they're like, yeah, nilifanya. I'm like, I had no idea you were doing that job. I had no idea that there was such a budget. I had no idea. And you can't tell the person directly because someone else has brought them. So now I need to bring up with this person. And when you ask them, okay, kuniambia to give me notice is a problem at yo, it was an let me tell you, dealing with people is crazy. So that works me up, especially now that you know me. I'm a very self-efficient person. So when people are not efficient, I really wonder, I'm like, iyo kazi kidogo hivyo imekushinda, and I deal with such people every single day, and it really works me up because I'm just like, Mungu nisaidie kunyamaza, because if I talk I'm gonna be in big trouble. So just reflecting every day, I sit down and just think about what the day has been, how I've reacted to situations, how I've handled certain things and stuff like that. That really helps me go through the second day, the next day, I mean, because now you now become cautious of what is triggering you, of what is like pissing you off, what is making you happy. And yeah, it's easier to deal like that. So I've been very naked with myself in terms of like calling myself out on my bullshit, like that wasn't good, or you need to do better, or stuff like that. So yeah, have I done anything else? No, just being around people who make me happy. Oh my god, I just warms my heart, man. The circle I have is everything. I wouldn't ask for a better circle, because now we were again talking with my bestie and we were like, we have such a solid circle, Yani. We have such a solid circle, and why I say this is even moving forward, these are people I would invest with without feeling the V. You know, there's people you invest with and you're like, hey, this one is tricky, bro. This one, But my circle currently, I would honestly invest in and not feel like I'm wasting my money. We have the same vision, you know, to succeed. All of us are working hard at succeeding, and that is honestly the best thing for me. Just good vibes, being around people who make me happy. Yeah, I am so grateful for being content, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's so priceless, you know. It's so priceless.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. For me, I think I've been trying to drink my water. It's been a bit of a, you know, when you used to drink, to being at the office, unakunywanga maji, like I went to the office once, I think 2 weeks ago, and within those few hours I drank 2 liters. And like I was out of the house for 6 hours. I think I was at the office from like 12 to like 6. And I was just there refilling my 1 liter of water. I think I refilled it thrice, and the third one is the one that now I finished on my way home. So I actually drank 3 liters of water, and I was like, because at home, your girl, I try, but the most I do nowadays, I do like 1 liter a day, 6 days a week. So I drink 6 liters. Before I would do 2 liters for 5 times a week, so I do 10 liters. So I still have a bit of catch up to do, but I've been trying to drink my water. I've been doing yoga, guys. Let me tell you something. Yoga is so underrated. It is so underrated. So what happens is, one of my Instagram girls was doing yoga, and then she posted that this app is called Down Dog Yoga app. We'll add the link to the description. And she posted and she said they have a free subscription until the month of May. This was in March. So I decided, okay, let me give them a try. And they have, if you want power yoga, restorative yoga, all those other types of yoga. I don't know them, but like there's a whole list you can choose. You can choose what strength you want to go for. If it's core strength, if it's back strength, if it's breathing. So mine, I just do restorative. It's very relaxing. So I do restorative in the morning for about 20 minutes. And I, put on some incense, I put on some, good music, and I just do some yoga, and it starts my day so well. I've also been doing devotion consistently. I am so grateful. Wacha nikwambie, nimemaliza Ruth, nimemaliza Samuel, first and second, nimemaliza Kings, first and second, na kuna ingine moja nimesahau yenye nimemaliza. So now I decided to go back, and now I'm doing Genesis. So I'm really grateful that I have made it a consistent habit to do morning devotion, morning gratitude, and yoga. Then, like Sheila said, hanging around people who make you happy, Wena, it is so underrated. Girl, imagine, even if you're not able to meet your people physically, do video calls, do that. Because me and some of my other friends who I'm not able to meet physically, like I am with my sisters, video call, Wena. Wednesday, let's do a video call. Friday, let's do another catch up. Whenever you can, it doesn't have to be like a planned calendar invite where it's like, girl, are you available for FaceTime? We FaceTime, we catch up. You have your wine, I have my wine. Let's just, some good vibes, some good energy. It's very important to surround yourself with people who first understand you, second love you for who you are as you are. They don't want to change you or anything. And third, who make you happy. Like, those people are the best people. And if you don't have those people yet, make sure you find your tribe. They make everything easier. If you're having a shitty day at work, having a tribe of friends, like me and my sisters, we've been eating, we've been doing game days. We even call it game thing because we can't even call it game night because we start at like 11 and we finish at 1 in the morning. But I'm really grateful for my tribe. I'm really grateful that I have a whole group of people who I can rely on, and it's no judgment, no pretense, no fake shit, just, you know, your people, and I'm really grateful for them. I've also been bonding with my mom a lot more. We do like this, you know, how you doing, really, like, you know, those ones, you know, like, hey Coco, how's your day? Was good? Okay. She's like, okay, so, you know, how's your day? Were you busy? Like, how did your call with your boss go, and all of that. So we've been bonding a bit better now, and I'm grateful for that. I've also been drinking my wine, guys.
Hey, tusifike hapo please.
I have really been drinking my wine. Huh? That one I could never lie.
Me, alcohol too in general.
You've been drinking your stuff.
I've been drinking. I've been hydrating.
Yes,
properly.
girl.
Yeah.
Yes. I took a social media break. Let me tell you. Do what you need.
And people were actually asking, let me tell you, I got like 3 people were like, hey, babe, where's Kogi? I'm like, she'll be back. She'll be back.
Something happened. I had like an accident and I couldn't use my phone, so I sent it to insurance to fix it. So I decided, you know what, let's do this. Let's just take some time offline. And I remember I took a whole 3 weeks offline, and I came back and I got all this lovely DMs from all these beautiful ladies who are like, girl, where you been? We missed you. Sheila would send me screenshots like, your people, they asking where you they go. And I'm so grateful for those people for taking time to just, you know, check in. And then I came back, and then social media was in flames. True. Because there was this whole thing about George Floyd and all these police brutality cases, and then people in Kenya also started talking about the police brutality cases, and then there was all these people speaking up about rape and all this. And let me be honest, I was so overwhelmed considering I'd been offline for so long. I was not used to anything at all. Like, Google was my friend. I would read something because I would spend a lot of time reading, and then if I come across a word I don't know, I'd Google, and then I'd now go to the history of that thing. Like, I'd do proper research, because now I don't have Instagram, I don't have anything to do. Then I came back online, and then there's all those things that are happening amidst a pandemic, if I might add. And I was like, yo, it was a bit too much. There was a lot going on. There's still a lot going on, but I think we're in a time, we're in a good time. We're in a time where we've grown confident with our voices, and our voices are actually doing something. We talked about Yasin Moyo until they went and they found the cop who shot that bullet. They cannot not promise that they'll give us justice, but the fact that we spoke about it did something, even as small as it is. If you have a platform that you can use to enlighten people and educate people about what's happening, if it's a cause close to your heart, by all means do it, because those small things, they actually make a difference. It's like us, me as a content creator, if you repost something I've posted, you've done so much for me. It's the same thing with all these cases. The moment you repost something that's informing other people about something that's happening, about police brutality, about rape, about racism, about colorism, about anything, Kenyans online, we boycotted Giraffe Mena and we said, no thank you. You've opened your door to us now, and we don't want to be there, and this is the reason. And people said, and people gave proof, and people said, I called, I wanted to book this and that. So your voice means something, as small as it may
seem. If you feel that it has nothing to do with you, especially racism and Black Lives Matter, let me tell you, it has everything to do with you. Because the reason why Africa is the way it is, with all the let me say corruption, because corruption has been there, but with all the neocolonialism, with all the inferiority complex, with all of that, is as a result of racism. And you might not say it, but you feel inferior to a white man, and that's because of racism. We might not say it in Kenya because they're always like, oh, white people were so safe in Kenya. Why, ask yourself why a white person is safe in Kenya, but you're not safe in your own country. That's still a result of racism. So,
and racism is right here. You know what I mean? It is. Because I was seeing, this broke my heart. So with all the things of police brutality and Black Lives Matter, all this Caucasian people went to the US Embassy with their fancy seats and their cute dogs, and they held up signs that said Black Lives Matter. Let me tell you, if that was an African trying that, let me not lie. Have you ever gone close to the US Embassy if you have no business doing anything?
Let me tell you,
there?
even if your car stalls there, they will come and pull it.
And there were cops
it's
there.
Not a joke.
And they were, they left them. On the same day, there was all these parents, all these moms and families of people who lost their kids to police brutality having a peaceful protest in Mathare, and all the tear gas and all the violence that was unleashed on them.
So yeah, we digress, bros.
Yes.
Sisters. Do you know someone is like the way I call everyone sis. Then this guy sent me a meme saying that girls call each other sis because they call the same guy daddy, and I'm like, bro.
That's I think our little life update. I don't know if you have anything you haven't said yet. And that's it. We've digressed and we've talked, but we'd missed you. Like, you guys are our people. We get your DMs, we get your comments. We're really grateful to you guys.
We really are.
Like, we can't say thank you enough for this little community that we've built. And as usual, leave a comment. We're grateful to all of you who've been subscribing. Like, all of you who are new to our platform, we are so grateful.
Oh, there's this thing. Love languages on Twitter. Let me tell you, Twitter just makes my days. Anyway, so what's your love language like? The first two.
Physical touch.
And number two?
Acts of kindness.
How are you holding up without physical touch?
You see my hot water bottle right there that Sheila bought me for my birthday last year.
I didn't know.
Sheila bought me a
visionary
for my birthday last year. It's been my cuddle buddy. We just, I put some hot water in the evening and we just cuddle winner. Because now what must happen?
Imagine nothing must happen. Mine are quality time and acts of service.
So we're the same. Oh no, mine is physical touch. Okay, quality time.
At least quality time. I'm spending time with people I actually like my circle. So I'm not badly
off. Yeah.
But
I know.
It could be better.
I know.
I'm not coping well, by the way. Without I haven't been to a sit down restaurant since COVID started, and I don't think I'm okay with that.
Maybe imagine we break the rules last week Sunday.
I think I'm also going to.
As in, I needed something for my sanity. I went to Mawimbi. I had some good food, some good drinks. Let me tell you, their drinks.
And how much is it for a meal?
Average 15 to 2K.
Okay.
They have this seafood platter which I have to go back and eat. I think it goes for 4K. It has king prawns.
So you can share with two people.
Yes, but it's 12 out of. I want to go and try it. Their cocktails. They have this cocktail, gin based with pomegranate juice and I think tonic. Just it's pink drink. Let me tell you. Oh, bartender akiweka hiyo gin hakurumi. He puts a substantial amount and then it's still a bit sweet because I don't like bitter cocktails.
Same.
So I want something that I don't have to cringe when I'm drinking. What is the reason? So and the vibe is good. The place is, please book a reservation if you decide to go.
I'm going this week, actually.
Yeah,
games aside. I'm tired.
If it's what you need, and if it's somewhere where people have, followed the necessary precautions, they've distanced the tables, they have the, the sanitizing, they're disinfecting the tables and stuff If you're like me and Sheila, we were used to eating out all the time.
Oh my god. Every week, man.
So right now, having gone for 3 months, March, April, May, then I went in June, for 3 months without being in a restaurant, kwako hiyo haina peace of mind. So I was like, you know what, let me go this one time, ini last for another 3 months.
We're actually talking about it with my dad and we're like, this COVID thing is not going to end. We'll learn how to live with it.
Yeah, we have to find a new normal.
Like the way HIV didn't end, we're just learning how to live with it. So viruses are very hard to stop and control. So you just gain immunity from that. And also they said that if there's any cure or vaccine to be found, it will be found next year or late this year. So just learn to live with it. But see ati uende out kwa club wild. No.
Yeah.
Be responsible.
Yes,
tread carefully. Okay, bye. Have a lovely week.